Hello there, very good evening and welcome to the news tonight. I'm Tracy Shilshi, and in the next 30 minutes I'll be getting you through the day's top stories from India and across the world, starting with the headlines. The fifth phase of elections concludes in Uttar Pradesh. Voting held for 51 seats across 11 districts. Polling is postponed until March 9th in Alapur constituency after the death of the Samajwadi Party candidate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses voters in Mau constituency, says BJP's alliance partners will be made part of the government if the party comes to power. Rahul Gandhi attacks the Prime Minister on the promise to farmers. A Delhi University student alleges she's getting threats of rape over social media, but the Minister of State for Home Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, asks who is polluting her mind. And US President Donald Trump says he will not attend the White House Correspondents Association annual dinner. Decision will make him the first US president in decades to skip the century-old gala. First, let's get you the latest from the ongoing assembly elections. The fifth phase of polls in Uttar Pradesh saw a voter turnout of 57.3% till 5 p.m. on Monday. Voting was held for 51 seats across 11 districts, including the 5 that border Nepal. As many as 1.84 crore voters, including 96 lakh women, will decide the fate of 607 candidates in the fray.
Amid heavy security arrangements, over 1.84 crore voters exercised their franchise to decide the fate of 617 candidates on Monday. The fifth round of polling was held across 11 districts in Uttar Pradesh, including 5 bordering Nepal. Polling was slow in the first few hours but picked up pace gradually. Seats in the Gandhi family stronghold Amethi and the temple town of Ayodhya are in contention. Other districts include Balrampur, Gonda, Faizabad, Ambedkar Nagar, Bahraich, Shravasti, Siddharth Nagar, Basti, Sant Kabir Nagar and Sultanpur.
बाबरी मस्जिद और मंदिर लेके लोग खाली बवाल करते हैं, इसलिए हम लोग नहीं चाहते कि ऐसा कुछ हो। यहाँ हमेशा शांति रहती है, लेकिन बाहरी लोग आके बवाल मचाते हैं इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए।
मैं तो यही चाहता हूँ, सबसे पहले हम लोग का हित हो, सब परिवार, पूरे परिवार ऐसे खुशहाल रह सके जिसमें किसी को बेरोजगारी या घर में परेशानी, घर में किसी चीज की प्रॉब्लम न हो।
किसी प्रकार का तो विकास हुआ ही नहीं है अमेठी में, और मेरे ख्याल से कि राजीव गांधी के समय में जो हुआ था वही हुआ है, उसके बाद तो कुछ नहीं दिखता है। यहाँ तो न शिक्षा के बारे में दिख रहा है, न स्वास्थ्य के बारे में दिख रहा है, हमको किसी भी प्रकार से नहीं दिख रहा है। तो इसलिए तो विकास तो हर तरह से करना है अमेठी का।
Prominent candidates in this phase include controversial Minister Gayatri Prasad Prajapati from Samajwadi Party, who is facing Amita Singh of the Congress and Garima Singh of the BJP in Amethi.
5 साल में मैंने जो है जनता की सेवा की है और जनता पर विश्वास और भरोसा है, और निश्चित तौर से जनता जो है जिस तरीके से आंधी चल पड़ी सभी बूथों पर, एक गरीब किसान मजदूर नौजवानों सबकी दुआएं आशीर्वाद है, और सब लोगों का एक सपना है कि उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री अखिलेश यादव बनने जा रहे हैं और समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार बन रही है।
मैं तो लड़ाई देख ही नहीं रही हूँ, मैं ये देख रही हूँ कि विचारधाराओं की लड़ाई है, और अमेठी की जागरूक जनता जो देश को प्रधानमंत्री देना जानती है वो निश्चित रूप से एक योग्य काबिल नेतृत्व चुनने जा रही है और मेरी जीत होगी।
क्षेत्र में स्वयं घूम के देख लीजिए कि क्षेत्र में क्या विकास उन्होंने कराया है। अगर विकास होता तो जनता आज इतनी परेशान, इतनी दुखी, इतनी क्यों तकलीफ में रहती। तो क्षेत्र में कोई विकास नहीं हुआ है, कोई काम नहीं हुआ है।
The Election Commission postponed polls in Alapur after the death of SP candidate Chandrasekhar Kannoji. Elections will be held in Alapur on March 9th. In 2012, the ruling Samajwadi Party won 37 seats out of the 52 seats in the region. The BJP and the Congress won 5 seats each. BSP won 3 and Peace Party won 2 seats.
After a high-voltage campaign, it was a good turnout on voting day in 5th phase of UP elections. Most of the seats are facing triangular fight among BSP, BJP and Samajwadi Party, but Samajwadi Party has highest stake in this phase. With Panchanan Mishra from Bahraich, this is Shyam Sundar with cameraman Anirban, Rajya Sabha TV, Faizabad.
And leading the BJP campaign, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed a rally in Mau, calling the SP Congress alliance a sinking ship. He said the BJP's alliance partners in the elections will be made part of the government if it comes to power. UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi too addressed separate rallies in Deoria and Gorakhpur. 14 districts are going to polls in the remaining 2 phases.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday addressed an election rally in Mau, which goes to polls in the 6th phase of polls on March 4th. Wooing the farming community, he said that it was a dream of his government to double the farmers' income by 2022.
14 दिन में गन्ना किसानों का बकाया भुगतान पूरा कर दिया जाएगा। आगे से नियम बनाया जाएगा कि गन्ना किसानों को 14 दिन से ज्यादा बकाया बाकी नहीं रहना चाहिए, इसकी व्यवस्था कर दी जाएगी। भाइयों, सरकार ऐसे चलती है। हमारा सपना है 2022 तक हम हमारे किसान की जो आमदनी है, उसकी जो कमाई है, वो डबल करना चाहते हैं, दोगुनी करना चाहते हैं।
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi targeted the Prime Minister in his rally, asking why he could not waive off loans of farmers. Gandhi addressed multiple rallies across the districts of Deoria, Maharajganj and Gorakhpur.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 50 सबसे अमीर परिवारों को 1,40,000 करोड़ रुपए माफ किया।
UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav was also on the campaign trail as he addressed voters in the area and later in Gorakhpur. He continued his tirade against his opponents, mainly Prime Minister Modi and BSP Chief Mayawati.
बहुत सुनी हम लोगों ने मन की बात, ये रेडियो पे मन की बात, और रेडियो के बाद आ गए टीवी पर मन की बात। बताओ कोई समझ पाया है उनके मन की बात? और हम समाजवादी लोग पूछना चाहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से, कब करोगे काम की बात, ये भी बताते जाओ।
The BSP chief, on the other hand, sounded confident of winning the state as she warned Samajwadi Party and Congress of a tsunami against them.
विरोधी पार्टियों द्वारा मैनेज किए गए मीडिया व ओपिनियन पोल एवं सर्वे आदि में भी जबरदस्ती की अपने अपने पक्ष में हवा बनाने वाली इनकी खबरों से भी ये लोग गुमराह नहीं होते हैं, तो तब फिर इस चुनाव में बीएसपी को अकेले ही अपनी पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार बनाने से फिर यहाँ कोई भी ताकत रोक नहीं पाएगी।
2 more phases are left in the 7-phase polls in UP. These will be held on March 4th and 8th, with counting on March 11th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In other news, the Delhi High Court on Monday set aside a trial court order granting custody parole to MLA Mukhtar Ansari for canvassing in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. The court allowed the Election Commission's plea seeking the cancellation of Ansari's parole. Strongly opposing the parole, the poll panel said that the release of the accused will impact the conduct of free and fair elections in Mau constituency. Ansari, who recently joined the BSP to contest from the Mau Assembly seat, was given custody parole till the 4th of March by the trial court. Now, a third front in Manipur is also fighting assembly elections against the Congress and BJP to assert their identity. The third front, formed of 7 national and regional parties, is trying their luck in alliance with the National People's Party, launched by former Speaker the late P.S. Sauma. The front claims to form a left Democratic Front government on the lines of Kerala.
CPI and CPM are major partners of this front politically. Out of the total 60 seats, they are fielding candidates in 8, in which CPI has fielded 6 candidates and 2 have been fielded by the CPM. Their agenda is to rid Manipur of the allegedly corrupt practices of the Congress-led government and also keep the state away from communal practices.
with the kind of the situation here, so many ethnic tribes, then many other cultural language differences, it's a time for us to work together for a peace and peaceful coexistence. And looking into all these, we have gathered together like-minded people, because hill and plain divide now, people are working on how to divide hill and plain, all these difficulties. Manipur is going through really a very serious and critical situation.
We are open because we want to fight against these two, ruling parties, one at the center and one at the state level. So this is why we wanted to form the this left and democratic front. I think in this juncture, most of the people, most of the electorates don't want this ruling party at the center and at the state level, because corruption is very high, and BJP, their communal agenda.
Manipur National Democratic Front, MNDF, is a major ally of this front that claims to represent both Meitei and Kuki community. MNDF is fighting on 14 seats and calls for unity and integrity of Manipur. It says that the Naga movement poses threat to the territorial unity of the state. While appreciating the need to create more districts in the state, MNDF leaders say that the state government should have done it after the elections.
Formation of the new districts. So the whole administration is totally collapsed. So now you may heard it also, this economic blockade. This is a very big issue of the state. The state government, this is not a question of a day. This is for the last many years. And it is a routine process. So state government is not keen to solve the problem till today.
In addition to this front, Manipur People Party, MPP, that claims to be the oldest regional outfit committed to the welfare of the state, is also fighting alone. In 2012 state assembly elections, MPP was in alliance with the BJP, but this year BJP chose to go alone. Still, the MPP has its traditional following and may influence voters. But it has an issue at hand, with the Election Commission granting it two symbols, the cycle and the petrol pump.
Still, there are some parties, excluding Congress and BJP, some parties are forming alliance, like JDU, CPM, CPI, NCP, and Trinamool Congress. But they are approaching us to join their alliance. But we say, no, you are coming from outside. If you belong to our state Manipur, yes, like that.
Aam Aadmi Party, NCP and People's Democratic Alliance are part of this front. The JDU had initially decided to side with this front, but later withdrew. 4 independents have joined the front to go against both the ruling Congress and BJP. PRJA, led by Irom Sharmila, was also in talks to be a part of this alliance, but later decided to fight alone.
They want to create left democratic front on the lines of Kerala. But in this polarized situation, on the issue of 7 new districts and economic blockade, where they will stand, it is a big question. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with Camera Person Sudhanshu in Imphal.
With a quick break here, we'll be back with more national news in a bit. Stay with us.
Faceless BJP and overexposure of Prime Minister in Uttar Pradesh. Do you believe BJP is again taking that kind of a risk?
The overexposure of the Prime Minister is not necessarily something which the BJP should regret.
This round of elections probably is going to be a referendum on Modi government's demonetization.
In the electoral rhetoric, demonetization is gradually fading into the background.
Prime Minister Modi, are we going to see him as a pro-Muslim man?
You will not see him say that I am pro-Muslim.
Watch To The Point with author, commentator and Rajya Sabha MP Swatan Das Gupta, only on Rajya Sabha television. One of the most influential revolutionaries of Indian freedom struggle, Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Born into a Sikh family, patriotism flowed in his blood at the age of 13. When he formed Naujawan Bharat Sabha to spread the message of revolution in Punjab. In the wake of avenging Lala Lajpat Rai's death, Bhagat Singh and his associates coined the catchphrase Inqilab Zindabad. But towards the end of their rebellion, they had to pay a heavy price for their patriotism. Following the blasts inside the corridors of the assembly, both Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt courted arrest. Bhagat Singh was sent to the gallows in Lahore with his fellow comrades, after which he was cremated in Hussainiwala on the banks of Satluj.
Welcome back. Let's get to some more national news now. And a political controversy has broken out over Kargil martyr's daughter Gurmehar Kaur's Facebook post. The Delhi University student from Lady Shri Ram College alleged that she received rape threats. She lodged a complaint with the Delhi Commission for Women on Monday. Gurmehar had criticized the actions of the ABVP activists on social media after a clash on Ramjas College campus during a protest march last week. Her Facebook profile picture showed her holding a placard that read, "I am not afraid of ABVP." The campaign went viral and attracted a barrage of support, but also a lot of hate messages. In a Twitter message, Minister of State for Home, Kiran Rijiju, asked, "Who is polluting this young girl's mind? A strong armed force prevents a war. India never attacked anyone, but a weak India was always invaded." Some celebrities like Virendra Sehwag and actor Randeep Hooda also took sides against Kaur, while others supported her. Gurmehar Kaur is the daughter of Kargil martyr Captain Mandeep Singh. The Congress called the threats to her shameful and has demanded action.
ऐसा बात नहीं करना चाहिए जिससे भारत के लोगों का और भारत के सेनाओं का मनोबल गिरे। ऐसा कोई बात नहीं करना चाहिए। दूसरा है, अभिव्यक्ति का आजादी होता है, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप देश को टुकड़ा करने का नारेबाजी लगाएंगे। अब अफजल गुरु को सपोर्ट करेंगे, आतंकवादियों को सपोर्ट करेंगे।
देखिए, बहुत ही शर्मनाक बात है कि कारगिल में जो शहीद हुए, उनकी अगर बेटी कुछ कहना चाहती है इस देश को, अगर अपनी बात को रखना चाहती है, अगर वो अपने दर्द को बयान करना चाहती है और अगर वो असहमत है इस देश में किसी विचार से, तो उसके ऊपर इस तरीके से आरोप लगता है और उसके साथ बदतमीजी होती है। सोशल मीडिया हो या फिजिकल वायलेंस हो, किसी भी तरीके से हार्डलाइनर्स को हमें बर्दाश्त नहीं करना चाहिए।
उन्होंने हमें स्क्रीनशॉट्स भी दिए हैं जिसमें साफ दिख रहा है कि किस तरीके से कुछ लड़के उनके पीछे पड़ गए हैं और बार बार उनको रेप की थ्रेट्स दिए जा रहे हैं। ये बहुत ही ज्यादा शर्मनाक है और दिल्ली महिला आयोग ने इसके ऊपर तुरंत कॉग्निजेंस लिया है। हम लोग एक लेटर लिख रहे हैं, पत्र लिख रहे हैं पुलिस कमिश्नर को, और हम चाहते हैं कि ये जितने भी लड़के हैं इनके खिलाफ तुरंत FIR दर्ज की जाए, इनको तुरंत अरेस्ट करा जाए।
And now let's get you more updates from across the country and nationwide. The Enforcement Directorate issued fresh summons to controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik for its money laundering probe case against him and others. This is the fourth and probably the last summon asking Naik to join the probe. The agency may move court for an arrest warrant against him if he chooses to ignore the summons again. Naik's plea to depose before investigators via an internet-based video link was earlier rejected by the ED. The Thane Crime Branch is investigating the money trail and is looking into the bank accounts of 18 accused arrested for leaking the Army Recruitment Board exam paper. The accused were allegedly paid 4 lakhs to 5 lakh rupees for each paper leaked. Besides their recent transactions, their social networking accounts are also being looked into. The 350 people who were detained are still being questioned. A CBI court in Indore awarded life sentences to 11 members of the banned Students Islamic Movement of India, including its chief Safdar Hussain Nagori. They were found guilty for possessing weapons, explosives and ammunition and plotting anti-national activities. The verdict was delivered through video conferencing as all the convicts are lodged in Sabarmati jail in Gujarat. A quick break here. Coming up next, international news.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
A labyrinth of hundreds of narrow stairway passages is a significant and historical component of what you popularly know as Bara Imambara. Some of these narrow stairways have dead ends, some end at precipitous drops, while others lead to entrance or exit points. Historically, Bhul Bhulaiya was constructed to confuse the enemy intruder, and the narrow lanes of the labyrinth can make anyone feel lost. The structure contains various strategically built hollows in the corridors.
Gyan Chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue, symbolized by the ladders, rewarded, while the vices shown by the snakes are punished. Each square, in turn, also narrates some message of wisdom.
Welcome back. Let's get to some international news now. And US President Donald Trump will not attend the White House Correspondents Association annual dinner this year. He becomes the first US president to skip the century-old gala event in decades. Trump's decision comes in the backdrop of his raging tiff with the media, especially after a fight over press access to the White House. President Trump's job approval rating stands at 44%, a record low for a new US president. Trump conveyed his decision on Twitter, wishing everyone well and a great evening. And then he made the announcement just a day after calling journalists the enemy of the people and the White House excluding major media organizations like the New York Times, CNN and BBC from an off-camera press briefing. The gala event raises money for journalism scholarships and takes place every spring. It is attended by journalists, celebrities and Washington insiders, with the president being the guest of honor. The reporters group said that it would still go ahead with its April 29th dinner despite Trump's decision. The last president to miss the dinner was Ronald Reagan, who sat out because he was recovering from an assassination attempt in 1981, although he still delivered remarks by phone. And now let's give you more updates from across the world in Global Buzz. US President Donald Trump's nominee for Navy Secretary on Monday withdrew his name from consideration for the post. Philip Biden recently retired from a private equity investment management firm and made the decision over the conflict of interest that his finances could pose. Biden is the second service secretary nominee to withdraw because of financial interests. Indonesian police shot dead an attacker after he detonated a pressure cooker bomb in the courtyard of a government building in Bandung today. The militant was possibly part of a radical network sympathetic to the Islamic State. Earlier, the police exchanged fire with a man inside, and part of the building was set ablaze during the hour-long standoff. The blast did not cause any casualties. According to a United Nations report, a military equipment company in Kuala Lumpur called Glocom is a front company run by North Korean intelligence agents. The company sells battlefield radio equipment in violation of United Nations sanctions. Glocom reportedly advertises over 30 radio systems for military and paramilitary organizations on its Malaysian website. And finally, here's a look at the big Oscar winners. Mahershala Ali made history by becoming the first Muslim to win an acting Oscar. He bagged the Best Supporting Actor trophy for his movie Moonlight. Ali, who is 43 years old, and his riveting turn as an empathetic drug dealer who takes a fatherless young boy under his wing, won him the award. However, Dev Patel from India lost out in this category. Actress Viola Davis then bagged the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her forceful portrayal of Rose Maxson in the movie revival of August Wilson's play Fences.
This is the first Oscar and third nomination for Viola.
You know, there's one place that all the people with the greatest potential.
Oscar goes to Viola Davis.
La La Land, as expected, bagged several awards. Nominated for 14 categories, it won Best Female Actor, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, and Best Original Music Score.
Every time?
I think so. How are you going to be a revolutionary if you're such a traditionalist? You're holding on to the past, but jazz is about the future.
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I'm not. It's like a pipe dream.
This is the dream. It's conflict, and it's compromise, and it's very...
However, La La Land lost out on the Best Picture, which went to Moonlight. And this after a goof-up where presenter Warren Beatty erroneously announced the musical La La Land as the winner. And that's all we have for you in the news tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.